Hello and very good morning to our Dr. Asmahany Binti Ramely. We are from Group 3 and would like to present to you our group assignment based on an interview with the event manager. Before we start, I would like to introduce my group members, which are Nurul Aula Binti Alias, Syahzanani Farzana Binti Sulaiman, Mawaddatul Husna Binti Mustafa, and my name Nazatul Azreen Binti Samsulsham 275763. I will start with the introduction first. The event manager that we have chosen is Mrs. Saras Kajandram, the position of Senior Executive Vertical Ecosystem from Malaysia Digital Economic Corporation NTEC. She is 35 years old and stay in Puchong. Why did we choose her? Because we got the information that she has a lot of experience in conducting events in this industry. So we already did an interview with her and she shared the experience she faced as his career and event manager starting from 2012. Her educational history includes attending KDU College between 2005 and 2007 and completing her diploma level studies in communication and media studies. After that, she continued her study at UCSL University, bachelor's degree in mass communication and media studies. She obtained between the years 2008 and 2010. In the final moment, she completed her education by earning a master's degree in corporate communication, business or corporate communications from the University Putra Malaysia, the years 2015 and 2017. One of his past jobs was at the Asia Pacific Broadcasting Unit, where she worked as a project officer or event management beginning in June 2012 and continued until April 2016. Her primary responsibility as an employee in the Event Planning and Management Department include acting as the focal point for the management of workshop and meeting held by the Programming Department, both domestically and internationally. She is now working at MDEC and throughout her time there, she has already finished a substantial number of momentous events that she has managed. Some examples of this event are AI Artificial Intelligence Big Data Week and Idea Kita. The AI Big Data Week 2019 is an annual event that takes place over the course of a week and seeks to establish Malaysia as the digital center of AI Big Data in the region. Other event she organized is Idea Kita. Idea Kita is one of the most significant gatherings she has ever coordinated. The purpose of Idea Kita is to provide aspiring business owners with assistance in launching a technology firm. Idea Kita primary objective is to identify and cultivate Malaysia's next generation of innovators and tech entrepreneurs so that the country's digital economy may thrive. The beginning of the programs will commence on 3 October and will end on 31 October 2022. This program is excellent for those who are interested in starting a company and expanding their knowledge of various technology.
Thank you, Nazatul, for the background of Mrs. Saras Kajandram. My name is Mawaddatul Husna Binti Mustafa. Now, I will discuss 5 general issues in event design. Based on our online interview session with Mrs. Saras Kajandram, she discussed her involvement in 2 events, which is AI and Big Data event and Idea Kita organized by MDEC. She faced general issues in event design for both events, but the workload and amount of issues varied. For the Idea Kita event, she was responsible for everything from agreements to organizing the event, which was a massive task. She also went through many challenges during the event, including procurement and also legal issues. Mrs. Saras discussed one of the general issues in event design, which is the agreement with other parties. The agreement is crucial for the event to happen, and if it is not signed by all the counterparties, the event cannot take place. She shared an example of the situation she faced during organizing the Idea Kita event, where the event required 5 different agreements because it involving 5 different states. The process of getting the agreement signed was a difficult task and required a lot of work and pressure. She also faced a problem where some parties agreed with the agreement while others did not. Despite the challenges, she managed to get the agreement signed by Friday morning and the event took place successfully. The importance of having agreements signed on time was emphasized, as if the agreements are not ready, the event cannot happen. Next, Mrs. Saras highlighted the procurement process as a general issue in event design. Procurement refers to acquiring goods and services needed for the successful execution of an event. In designing an event, there is a lot of documentation such as flight, accommodation, event venues, decoration, protocol, logistics, entertainment, food and beverage, and etc. that need to be arranged. The procurement process is tedious and requires a lot of level of approvals from senior management, head, and also from the board. If one procurement process has a problem, it can affect other process. An example of a procurement issue is a lack of clear specifications for a specific type of lighting, which can lead to delays and additional costs. Another example is budget constraints, which may require making difficult choice between cutting costs on certain goods and services or reducing the overall scope of the event. In addition, Mrs. Saras Kajandram states that running out of time is a general issue in event design. Coordinating all activities and events to happen at the appropriate time and in the correct order can be challenging. She has a now means now attitude and tries to settle everything for the event 3 or 4 days before it happens to have a buffer time for any small and tedious work that she may have missed. She also used this time to double check everything and make sure the event is successful. Furthermore, the general issue in event design is misleading the needs of the stakeholders that are involved in the event. According to Mrs. Saras Kajandram, as an event manager and organizer, it is important to understand the needs of the stakeholders. If the needs of the stakeholders are not understood, the event will be more difficult to organize. For example, it is important to understand the number of attendees and the number of people that can be provided for. As an event organizer, it is important to work with a team and to provide them with the content and needs of the event. The event organizer should also suggest ideas and work according to the needs of the stakeholders to make the event successful. Setting the right expectations and listening to the needs of the stakeholders is crucial to the success of the event. The final general issue in event design is striking a balance between creativity and practicality. Event design should be visually appealing, memorable, functional, and meets the needs of attendees and organizers. However, this can be challenging as creative elements may conflict with practical considerations. Event designers must consider both aesthetic and functional aspects of design to create a successful event. An example of this is designing a corporate conference that is both engaging and runs smoothly. Event designers must find a balance between creativity and practicality to create memorable experience while meeting the needs of the organizers. That's all from me. Now I will pass to Farzana for the challenges in organizing an event.
Good day to Dr. Asmahany. My name is Syahzanani Farzana, Binti Sulaiman, metric number 273044. I'll proceed with our presentation today, which I'll be talking about the challenges faced by Madam Saras or MDEC team during organizing events based on 5 elements, which are decorative element, logistic element, food and beverage element, entertainment element, and protocol element. First of all, for decorative element, Madam Saras faced challenges in generating new and unique ideas that will keep the event visually interesting and engaging for the attendees throughout the duration of the event, especially for the event that run multiple days, such as Idea Kita. In addition, since most of the events organized by MDEC are formal, so they usually find it difficult to maintain the formality of the event and produce ideas that are appropriate for the formal setting. Event idea kita, for example, we can see there are not much decorative element at the event venue. Secondly, MDEC's biggest logistical problem is ensuring that all necessary props and equipment such as banners are available and ready to be transported to various places during the event. This can be particularly difficult for multi-state events like Idea Kita because they need to make sure that everything is transported and put up in time for the event. Another logistical challenge faced by MDEC is securing a suitable venue for the event. For example, for Event Malaysia Digital Week 2022, MDEC faced a challenge in securing the location they wanted, which is the Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre, on the date they wanted. As for the food and beverage operations element, Madam Saras find it challenging to ensure that the food served at the event is high quality because she believes it can be one of the reasons why people decide to attend to an event. Furthermore, MDEC as organizer of an event need to make sure the caterer they choose can provide the food that is nice and within the budget proposed. They also need to make sure the caterer did not have problem in terms of logistics to deliver the food, as there are events that running for multiple days such as Idea Kita. Next, most of the time, MDEC will have problem in choosing the appropriate entertainment for the event. In the case of the event Idea Kita, for example, MDEC decided not to include any artist performance since they want the participants to focus only on the event's objectives. Even if we look at the event tentative, they only managed to come up with the idea welcome party as one of the entertainment elements. They might consider to provide more entertainment elements since it means of providing refreshments for the attendees and maintaining their interest during the event. Last but not least, protocol element. One of the challenges in terms of protocol that Madam Saras used to face during organizing an event is inflexibility and inability to adjust the changes in their plans. An example of this is the difficulty Madam Saras faced in obtaining approval from upper management during the organization of the event Idea Kita. It was more difficult for Madam Saras to adjust and carry on with the planning process because the approval process took longer than anticipated and was done so close to the event date, which only 3 days before the event. Until then, they were unable to confirm anything with the vendors. I think that's all from my part. I'll pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nurul Aula Binti Alias. My mentor number is 270409. So, I will talk about method of overcoming these challenges. First, for decorative elements, the event organized by MDEC often face the challenge of making their event less formal and more interesting to attract more participants. So, to tackle the challenge of keeping attendees engaged at MDEC's event, they encourage active participation for attendees by encouraging them to speak up and speak their thoughts. This is done by having attendees introduce themselves and explain why they are there at smaller events. And then, by creating opportunities for networking and interactive activities such as games, mini exhibition, or Q&A season at larger events. This strategy helps keep attendees focused on the event's objectives and encourage them to actively participate in making the event more enjoyable. MDEC may also change the format of their events such as Idea Kita to an exhibition or creating booth to attract more people and create a more crowded atmosphere. Next is for logistic elements. Although MDEC has a good team to lead a logistic, but they also need to improve to get more better than the best result when making an event. Assign key logistic tasks to team members and must communicate on a regular basis. Employee behavior has a direct impact to the service process. They must improve efficiencies and efficacies in ways that customers notice, strengthening their ability to communicate and perform their job. Next, for food and beverage operation elements. For food and beverage operation, MDEC needs to engage with the new person in charge when they want to search for food and beverage for employees, attendees, and more. So, they have flexibility regarding menus options. Each caterer has a trending menu or menus to select from, and lots of do offer a few stages of integrated flexibility to confirm those menus to your wishes through substituting objects or customizing others. Any caterer who has been within inside the enterprise and is aware of what they are doing needs to have some unique menus. Next, for entertainment elements, MDEC should brainstorming with college, which is a person with whom share a profession or a business. They should know what kind of entertainment that based on the event that they organize. For example, MDEC can hire a live band or musician, can help to create a sophisticated and elegant atmosphere for the event. For us, unexpected issues can arise at any time during a corporate event. Many inexperienced people fall to the deal with unexpected problem, and these unforeseen problem end up running their event. Lastly is protocol elements. Last year, MDEC organized IT Kita and Madam Saras said they need approval on the spot because it was last minute event. This behavior we cannot follow because if they do not get approval, the event will cancel. So, the company will lose and the company's reputation is tarnished. However, for the event MDEC organized, they need a long time preparation before making an event. In brief overview, we have some knowledge about how to be an event manager. The responsibility as an event manager is huge because it must control and ensuring everything runs smoothly. Events are also according to the client's wishes. Therefore, we have known what the client needs to achieve their goals. As an event manager, they must do a planning and organizing events such as conference, meeting, and parties. Next, we have managing budgets and ensuring that elements stay within financial constraints is a key responsibility for event manager because it helps to ensure that events are planned and executed in a financially responsible manner. Furthermore, overseeing the setup and breakdown of events. Setup and breakdown include the physical setup of the event, such as setup, tables, chairs, lighting, sound system, and any other equipment needed for the event. This is important because it sets the stage for the event and creates the atmospheres and ambience that attendees will experience. And lastly, event managers are responsible for evaluating the success of event and making improvement for future events because it helps to ensure that event continue to meet the needs and expectation of attendees and that they are planned and executed in the most effective and efficient way possible. The recommendation for who wants to involve in event industry or want to be the event organizer are have an efficient time management. Event manager needs to be able to prioritize tasks and manage their time effectively to meet deadlines such as booking venues and vendors, creating event timelines and schedules, and coordinating with event staff. Time management is particularly important for event managers because it is crucial for ensuring that events are planned and executed in a timely and efficient manner, which help to ensure the success of the event. Other than that, personal appearance is an important aspect of being an event manager, as it can have a significant impact on how attendees and others perceive the event and the event manager themselves. So, as an event manager must be a guinea. Event managers who are guinea are more likely to be approachable and easy to work with, which can foster better relationships with stakeholders and help to create a more positive and collaborative event experience. Lastly, event manager must be bold to create unique and memorable events that stand out from the rest. Being bold is an important trait for event managers because it helps create unique and memorable events that stand out from the rest. Push boundaries and test innovative ideas can lead to new opportunities and innovations in the event industry. However, it is important to be able to balance boldness with caution to ensure that risks are calculated in a way that will not harm the event or the organization. Thank you. That's all from us. Bye-bye.